Hi.
Hello again. It's been a while since we've done a vlog like this.
Like a really long time. I think we only did like, 3 or 4 after we moved, and then...
Yeah, and then we've just had content since then, so yeah.
Lots of traveling. So, first of all, at least at the time we're sitting here talking, we have 150 subscribers, and for us that's a pretty big deal.
That is.
So, thank you to everyone who watches. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed. You're awesome.
Yeah.
I like checking to see, how many views we get.
Yeah.
It's
It's good to see the subscribers number go up as well. That's really good.
Yeah.
Hopefully that means that you guys like our content and our family-filled vacations to Disney, whether it's a one-day trip or even our cruises. So
yeah, I think the last cruise got a lot of you here, so thank you for watching that. Hope you enjoyed looking back at our Alaska cruise as much as we did.
Yeah, that was a lot of memories, just going back in the pictures and seeing. I wish we would have known about vlogging back then, because that would have been a really good time, especially since the Wonder has been through refurb since then, and there was a lot of changes that happened since when we went on our first cruise in 2015 and all the way up to today in 2022. So
it was fun to see, the spaces on the Wonder that aren't like that anymore. What is Tiana's now was Parrot Key. There was 2 staircases in the lobby.
There was.
The Oceaneer Club kind of had like a Peter Pan feel. We only went in there once because Christian was one.
Yeah, and Christian went to the
he didn't even go to the nursery on the Wonder. The first time he went to the nursery was on the Magic.
That's right. Yeah, just seeing the differences and just remembering all the fun.
Seeing how little he was.
Seeing how little Christian was, and all the magic that the cast members kind of created in the passages that we went through up to Alaska. So
seeing Alaska.
And then seeing Alaska again. That was
beautiful.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely go back again, since the Wonder is now permanently on the West Coast. For those of you that maybe aren't up on Disney Cruise Line news, the Wonder is now permanently based on the West Coast. It's doing a couple Hawaii trips.
Just did Hawaii.
Yeah, just did Hawaii, but that's on its itineraries for the year. It does Hawaii. It does mostly Baja and Western Mexico stuff, and then
right now it's doing Alaska.
Yeah, it's doing Alaska right now, so that'll be exciting. Kind of bummed out that we weren't able to do a Panama Canal, but we don't know exactly what's going to happen when the Wish comes into full service here in the next few months. It's supposed to be heading over from the Netherlands here in the next few weeks. So
it's supposed to get to Florida like June 20th or something.
Yeah, so at the time of vlog, it's the 29th of May. So here in the next few weeks, it should start making its way over, finishing up its last touches past the sea trial. So that'll be exciting to see. I have a little ship tracking app that I use to look at where all the Disney cruise ships are, so it'll be exciting to see it make its transatlantic voyage, obviously without passengers, but
it's got crew on it.
It's got crew on it, and those crew are going to be finishing up their final touches, figuring out what they need to do as far as the new ship is concerned. So it'll be exciting. And again, if you're new to the channel, we do have a Wish cruise booked for the end of September. It's a 4-night. So that's going to be really fun. And then we get off the ship. We have a day between the Wish, and then we're taking a 7-night fantasy cruise.
Yep.
That'll be a really fun time. I think the plan is to, in our day between, we're obviously going to do a park. Maybe
I think in Universal.
Yeah, I think Universal, just so we can use our annual passes. And maybe we'll get a quick video edited so we can put it up on the page. Right after we get off the ship. So
yep. And who knows what things are going to be like in September, because things are changing so much now. June 7th is the first day that Disney is changing their COVID testing protocol. So when we sailed, if you watched our embarkation day, we had to test at the port. Bella had to test between 1 and 3 days before arriving, and then submit the negative results to Safe Passage. Starting on June 7th, For sailings the 7th and 8th, I think it's slightly different. But after that, everyone obviously has to be vaccinated that is 5 and older. And everyone 5 and older now has to submit a negative test result between 1 and 2 days before the sailing. Or you can still test at the port, but you will have to pay $75 plus tax per person for the antigen test. And then I think it's $125 for a confirmation PCR test if it does come up positive. So test the 1 to 2 days prior.
Yeah.
Save yourself the money.
Get a free Walgreens test. Make sure that it's that rapid one and AAT that is applicable. But yeah, it's not necessarily completely removing the option to test at the port. However, it's no longer included in your cruise fare.
Right. For the Wish, it won't be a problem. All 4 of us will test here in Sumter before we drive down to Florida. However, the day we get off the Wish, we're going to have to go to a Walgreens, get all 4 of us tested, and then submit all 4 of our results. And then the next day at the port, knock on wood, that they're all negative, arrive at the port, and then Bella will still have to test at the port both days because she is under 5 and cannot be vaccinated at this point. No one knows for sure what's going to happen on that front either, because there's talk that under 5 could be vaccinated starting sometime in July, maybe. Nobody knows. We're not sure. No one really knows. So I guess all we can do at this point is wait to see what happens. Here we are 2.5 years later, still talking about COVID, and no one knows what's happening. Some people are freaking out because, I thought COVID was gone. How did I get it? Because it's not gone, and it's not going away for, the foreseeable future. It's still going to happen. I read something that basically twice a year, beginning of summer and beginning of winter, like it did this past year, there's either going to be a new variant or there's just going to be a spike because people are getting lax with hygiene.
Hygiene, not necessarily masks, just hygiene. Hygiene in general. We've forgotten the basics of wash your hands, just simple stuff. If you blow your nose, wash your hands, stuff like that.
Tie your shoes, wash your hands.
Yeah, simple stuff is really what I think is the issue, not necessarily, masks, while they do, if you are infected, help to keep it contained a little bit, but just simple hygiene.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Speaking of masks, obviously we wore masks on the ship. At the time you're watching this, we are either at Peppa Pig theme park or at Magic Kingdom, where if we are indoors, we are still going to be wearing masks because, like we said last year, people are gross.
Yep.
Bella got COVID in January, and obviously she had to have gotten it from Disney because we didn't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
And none of the rest of us got sick, but she touched something that someone else touched, and because she's a little kid, she touched it, and then she put her hands in her face.
Kids do that. It happens.
No, and, you can't stop people from doing something if they really want to do it. So if we're sick, we're not going to go somewhere, but you might not even know.
Yeah, that's the big thing with Omicron. It literally feels like a cold. Heck, you had a slightly runnier nose than normal, and because everything is the way it is, it was, could I?
So I did get tested, and it didn't. It's just South Carolina allergies are wreaking havoc on everyone.
Allergies and the weather. The weather
is kind of all over the place. It's been raining a lot, which kicks up a lot of pollen.
Yeah.
And just when I cut the grass, it makes my allergies get really aggravated. And because it's been raining, the grass has been growing more, which means the grass needs cut more.
So, there's all kinds of variables to it, but we're going to do what we feel is right for our family, and obviously everyone is able to make their own decisions. So, biggest thing is wash your hands, please.
Yeah, it's gross. Like, even if
Yeah.
you just have a cold,
Still wash your hands.
It's icky.
I think with that, the way we are right now in this no longer pandemic, apparently, I mean, I think that's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
So.
Wash your hands, people. It's not just a COVID thing. But yeah, so all right, speaking of plans coming up, we've got, while you're watching this, we will have been at Epcot, and we have Peppa Pig theme park planned. We've got Park Pass for Magic Kingdom. After that, we've got a trip to Pittsburgh for some family stuff. We've got a girls' trip to Disney World coming up. That'll be fun to take and hopefully fun to watch. That'll be my sister Sharon's first time to Galaxy's Edge, and she's a big Star Wars fan, so that'll be fun to experience. And then we've got what? I've got a trip planned for August to go stay at Shades of Green again. If you haven't noticed, we actually really like staying there.
Yeah, I like it because it's close, and the cool thing is that if you haven't seen our videos from when we were staying at Shades of Green, but also it's counted as a deluxe resort. So, I mean, if there's deluxe extended hours, then you can go and have fun at that, which we took advantage of as a family at Epcot. You took advantage of at Magic Kingdom. It's also right across the street from the Polynesian, so you just walk across to the Polynesian, go hang out on the beach for fireworks at Magic Kingdom. They do pipe the music in at the Polynesian, so it's...
We've done that twice.
Yeah, it's like you're there. Go get a Dole Whip from the Pineapple and I. That's really fun. It is open to anyone. You don't have to be staying there. You just got to know it's there. So, I mean, that's super fun.
Maybe next time we'll walk to like the Grand and watch fireworks from there.
Ooh, that would be fun.
A different view.
That would be a different view. Go see it from their beach because they have a beach as well. That'd be fun. It's not too far down. Or
I mean, we walked to the Grand from the Polynesian. We went to see the Easter eggs. If you haven't watched that, check that out.
Yeah, the Easter eggs were really fun to look at. Christian really was amazed at the details and the colors. And it's all made out of chocolate, so that's really cool.
The bread basket was completely made out of bread.
Yeah.
If you did watch the Easter egg video, and I put the music over the stuff, and it kind of stayed on the basket for a while, it's because I was saying that it was made out of bread, but I just didn't.
Yeah. And the other cool thing about staying at Shades is you can walk across the street to the Polynesian and get on the monorail. If you're going to Magic Kingdom, because they have security at the Polynesian, you are already through security and you don't have to go through that mess when you get over to Magic Kingdom. Or you can head over to the TCC and hop on the Epcot line. So
the last time we went to Magic Kingdom, we did take the monorail. It's because we only went for a couple of hours.
Yeah, it was we did Epcot in the morning, and then
we did Hollywood Studios.
Oh yeah, we did Hollywood Studios. That's right.
Kingdom.
Yep, and it was super fun. So.
The first time we stayed at Shades, we drove to Magic Kingdom because that's the day we were checking out of Shades of Green and switching over to All Star Music.
Yeah.
We probably would have. I don't know what we would have done because that day was the day it was chilly, if I remember correctly, and we took the ferry boat, and it was a good thing we did take the ferry boat because for a minute they forgot to let the monorail people out of the monorail station. So we got to, I want to say turnstiles, but it hasn't been turnstiles for a very long time, to the Mickey scanners before they did.
They did, and means we were able to get actually right up to the front of the rope, right over there by Storybook Circus area, right before Mine Train.
Yeah, so. You guys were lucky that you got to Mine Train as quickly as you did. If Bella and I had been trying to stay with you, it would have been totally impossible. Yeah. Because at least 100 people cut between us.
Yeah, people are crazy. But
and now, here's the thing. Now, because Bella is tall enough, if you watched her on Slinky Dog, you saw how much she absolutely loved that. And I think the next time that we do go rope drop Magic Kingdom, we're going to go straight to Mine Train with her. Because she's tall enough now, and I will just let you guys go. I'll park the stroller and I'll find you in the line because it's crazy.
It really is.
It is a very popular ride, and I understand that, and I appreciate that, even though it's been open for almost 10 years now.
But even still, people are
very pushy when it comes to rope drop, and especially if you have a stroller, they just think they can cut right through.
People are gonna get hit by my stroller if I'm driving because I have no
That one
sympathy.
lady right behind us, stroller, was touching us.
Yeah, that was people. Yeah, people are crazy. So,
But we've got some good stuff booked and lined up and ready, and we're excited. It's been almost 2 months now since we've. Okay, I can't say it's been too much since we traveled.
no,
You traveled. We went to Pittsburgh.
yeah, I did a lot of traveling.
I ran a half marathon in Pittsburgh. I didn't cover that because, well, I didn't know how well vlogging a race would be. And it's probably a good thing because it poured down rain the entire time.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was good. It was my first in-person race that didn't get canceled.
Yeah, you got some good food afterwards.
I did get some good food. It was a good experience. And hey, I might register for next year's when it's time.
We're not too far from Pittsburgh, so you know.
And maybe someone will run it with me. But not with me, because I'm apparently too fast for that.
Apparently, you were in Corral A, so I mean,
Finished like 1,000 something out of like 8,000 people. So
not bad. And for your age group, you were age and gender group, you were
it was like a couple hundred.
yeah. So I mean, pretty fast.
Yeah, it was good though. Anything else?
No, I think that's all we got for right now. Like I said, this is kind of our filler video, letting you know what we have on the docket as far as travel is concerned, and then
And thanking you for subscribing.
yeah, and keep telling your friends, keep subscribing. Tell us in your comments what you want us to either talk about on here or what you want to see specifically in the parks. I mean, we're down there at least every other month or so.
And, we've done pretty much everything, so most days it's kind of like, all right, what do we want to get on today? At Epcot, it's a little more, we absolutely have to rope drop something. At Magic Kingdom, we have to rope drop Mine Train or we're not going to ride it that day. At Hollywood Studios, now it gets a little tricky because Bella's tall enough for Slinky Dog. You want to say hi? Say hi to the people of YouTube.
Hi.
It's a little trickier because she's tall enough for Slinky and Christian wants to ride Rise, and we can only do one at a time.
Yep.
So we'll figure it out.
Yep, but let us know what you want to see. And then obviously we said we've got the Wish in late September. We've got the Fantasy in late September. Obviously.
And we have the Magic booked for February.
Yep, and February of 23, we do have the Magic booked to enjoy that. So
And the last time we were on the Magic was 2016.
yep. So
It's been a while.
thought it'd be good to see the Rapunzel because we haven't seen that. It was still what was it before?
Rose Karaoke.
That's right. And then it went through refurb. So it'll be good to go and see that. So obviously we're going to have a lot of content coming up towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then obviously all the holidays in between there.
Yeah,
so
there's not a whole lot of weeks you'll have something like this because we do have so many trips. I miss kind of sitting down like this, but I also like that we have things to talk about because for a while during the peak of COVID, we did not.
That's right, we didn't, just like almost everybody else. But
now,
let us know if you like these kind of sit downs and chats. I mean, we can do these
every once in a while.
Yeah, because it has been a while. So, yeah.
But can you say thanks for watching?
No.
No?
Okay.
Well, thank you for watching.
Like and subscribe, obviously. Tell your friends. Let us know, like we said, what you want us to talk about, what you want to see, and we'll make that happen.
Yeah. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.